Hello, hello. Welcome back to another Mom Life Pep Talk. Today, we are talking about how doing more will not fix how you are feeling. And I think that a lot of times, at least for me, this is something that I will do if something rough's going on in my life. I tend to dive into busying myself with things. And maybe you do this too, but it's not going to fix anything. It is only going to stuff down that emotion that actually just needs to be felt. And so, something that I always say to clients, to friends, to my husband is that emotions are like toddlers. They just want to be seen and heard. That's it. Once we see them, once we listen, we sit with it for a minute, allow ourselves to process, they're happy and they go away. But a lot of times it's when we resist them that they persist, they keep trying to come up again and make us kind of miserable. And so if you are wanting to get past an emotion, you have to allow yourself to feel it. And you can't try to continue to stuff it down by keeping yourself busy doing other things. So if you find that this is a pattern of yours, I just want to challenge you to sit with it and be like, okay, this is what I do sometimes. And I probably sound like a crazy, but it's like, hello, fear. Hello, doubt. Like, what do you need? And sometimes I'll just sit there because as I'm going through all the stuff that I'm going through in my life right now behind the scenes, I'm starting to recognize that, when other people have emotions, I don't feel safe with that. And so I start to make up all these stories in my head of they're mad at me for something, I did something wrong, and it's just not the case. And so let's start with my eyebrows. So my husband and I are navigating redefining our whole relationship and what that looks like and moving forward in the same direction. And I FaceTimed him one day, and he guides elk hunts every fall, so he's usually gone for about 2 months. And I FaceTimed him after I got my eyebrows microbladed, and I was putting my eyebrows up to the phone so he could see them real good. And what I didn't realize is that he was already having a down day. And so he was just kind of like, they look good, not much enthusiasm. And for those of you who know my husband, he has never really shown much enthusiasm anyways, but this was really non anything. And after I got off the phone with him, I was like, oh my gosh, he's mad I spent money on my eyebrows. He's mad that I got my eyebrows done. He doesn't like them. I started playing out all these stories in my head, and that just wasn't the case. So then instead of just talking to him about it, it's like I come home and I start doing things. I start cleaning. I record a bunch of podcast episodes. I do this and I do that because I just want to avoid all of the emotions that I am feeling. And this also goes back to trusting myself. For those of you who know, I'm on a journey back to trusting myself and trusting my decisions and self-worth issues that have started to creep in that I'm recognizing. And I'm working through this with my therapist, with my coach. And so it's been really fun to really start to recognize where these patterns are creeping in and where they stem from. So I've been doing brain spotting and EMDR, just kind of stuff like this to work through all of it, all the different breathwork, somatic modalities. But I just wanted to share that if you find yourself suddenly getting flooded with emotion or having an emotion that you don't want to feel, do you make yourself busy to avoid feeling it? And if you are ready to stop avoiding and allow yourself to feel the emotion so that you can finally process through it and release it, please reach out to me. I offer a free integrative breathwork session that will help you process and work through emotion. And the really cool thing about breathwork is you never have to attach a story. So let's just say you're doing a breathwork session and all this emotion comes up. You never have to be like, oh my gosh, this is from that one time that me and my best friend got in a fight. You never ever have to do that. You just get to process through it and allow it to release. And then you're going to walk away from that feeling so freaking good. So if you want to book a free integrative breathwork session, I will drop the link below, but do not continue the habit and the pattern of making yourself so busy that you don't have time to sit with your emotions. This can even include when you're like sitting in a waiting room scrolling your phone. You're avoiding, so you're creating a little bit of like drama or busyness in your mind by scrolling. When you hop into bed and you start scrolling, it is so much easier to scroll than to journal or to read a book or to just sit quietly. So I'm challenging you here. Try something different and see how your life and you shift. And I will talk to you next time.